There is an undeniable power that lies in self-control, in the ability to rise above fleeting desires and master one's own impulses. The pursuit of semen retention for 120+ days without relapse is not merely an exercise in abstinence. It is a transformative journey that rewires the mind and fortifies the spirit. Many men set out on this path with enthusiasm, but few endure the full length of the process. The question remains, how do you not only stick to semen retention, but also train both your conscious and subconscious mind to remain disciplined without feeling overwhelmed or stressed? How do you structure your life in such a way that urges are not merely resisted, but rendered powerless? The challenge is immense because the human mind is conditioned to seek pleasure, and in today's world, pleasure is readily available at the touch of a screen. The average person is bombarded with imagery and stimuli that encourage indulgence, making it feel almost unnatural to abstain. But herein lies the truth. Your current mental programming is working against you. If you've spent years consuming explicit content, chasing dopamine spikes, and reinforcing unhealthy habits, your brain has developed neural pathways that make these patterns feel automatic. Breaking free requires a fundamental shift, a complete reprogramming of how you think, act, and even perceive pleasure. The first step to reaching 120+ days of semen retention is to change how you see the practice itself. Many men approach it as a test of willpower, a battle where they must fight against their own biology. This mentality creates internal resistance, making it far more difficult to sustain in the long run. Instead, the key is to see semen retention as a path towards self-mastery rather than self-denial. You are not simply avoiding pleasure, you are channeling your energy towards something far greater. This subtle shift in perspective transforms the journey from one of struggle to one of empowerment. To achieve this, both the conscious and subconscious mind must be trained in alignment. The conscious mind, the part of you that makes logical decisions, must understand the benefits and reasoning behind semen retention. It must recognize that every time you retain, you are reinforcing discipline, sharpening your mental clarity, and unlocking a greater sense of purpose. However, logic alone is not enough. The subconscious mind, the deeper part of your psyche that operates based on emotion and habit, must also be conditioned to support this new way of living. If your subconscious is still wired for instant gratification, urges will continue to overpower you. Before we move on into more details, to those of you who are new here, I want to say, if you enjoy the video so far and find it helpful and meaningful, can you do me a favor and like the video and subscribe to my channel? By doing so, you're not only showing me your support, but you're also helping me reach more men who suffer from pornography addiction, different kinds of substance abuse, and other issues that are affecting them and destroying their lives. Your energy is a powerful source that has the ability to travel through the world in magical ways you may not often think of. And your energy travels and contributes to positively helping change the world for good with a simple action. This helps me to keep making these videos, but most importantly, it helps a lot of men who are in pain and struggling in life to find a way out of their darkness and regain control over their lives. Together as men, we must help each other break free from the traps they have set in order to keep us weak and submissive to their plans of world domination. We must stand up for ourselves and stop being the victims here. It's time to regain our natural and primal strength, to build, conquer, become healthier, function better, and create safer societies for our children and our women as well. I am truly grateful to every single one of you who supports this channel, and I appreciate you a lot for being a part of a better movement. If you are struggling, I suggest you save this video and come back to watch it whenever you have some extra time, at night before bed, and in the morning when you wake up. Doing this will help you absorb the practice more deeply, making it more effective and allowing you to fully integrate it into your life. Make a playlist of your favorite videos, whether they are from this channel or other channels you enjoy, and start sinking in all the information. Make that playlist your Bible and start training both your conscious and subconscious mind. This way, you will hack the part of your mind that is responsible for behavior, and you will trick yourself into becoming more disciplined. You will not regret doing this, and I can guarantee that you will succeed. Rewiring the subconscious begins with immersion. The things you consume daily shape your mind more than you realize. If you spend hours scrolling social media, watching suggestive content, or engaging in activities that subtly reinforce the old patterns, your subconscious will resist change. Instead, flood your mind with content that reinforces self-discipline, masculinity, and purpose. Read books about self-mastery, listen to motivational speeches, and engage in activities that align with the version of yourself that you are building. Every moment is an opportunity to program your subconscious, and what you expose yourself to determines whether you succeed or fail. Equally important is the restructuring of your daily schedule. Many relapses occur due to boredom, stress, or lack of direction. When a man has idle time and no clear sense of purpose, the mind naturally seeks stimulation. This is why men who are deeply immersed in their goals, whether it be business, fitness, or creative pursuits, find it far easier to retain. When your schedule is filled with productive and fulfilling activities, there is little room for temptation. Structure your day in a way that keeps you engaged. Have a morning routine that sets the tone for discipline, a workout regimen that channels your energy, and a list of goals that keep you focused. The busier you are with meaningful pursuits, the weaker the urges become. But what about those inevitable moments of temptation? The answer lies in training your response to them. Most men try to fight urges head-on, using sheer willpower to resist. This often backfires because what you resist persists. Instead of fighting the urge, acknowledge it without reacting. Observe it like an outside force and let it pass. This technique, often used in meditation, teaches you to detach from impulses rather than be controlled by them. Another powerful tool is visualization. The subconscious mind does not distinguish between real and imagined experiences. If you consistently visualize yourself as a man who is in complete control, as someone who easily surpasses 120 days of retention, your mind will accept this as reality. Every morning, take a few minutes to close your eyes and see yourself thriving, confident, and unshaken by temptation. Over time, this practice reinforces your discipline on a deep level. At the core of this journey is a concept known as transmutation, the redirection of sexual energy into higher pursuits. The energy that is typically wasted through ejaculation can instead be converted into strength, ambition, and creativity. Great men throughout history have spoken about the power of retaining and transmuting energy, from Nikola Tesla to Napoleon Hill. But transmutation does not happen passively. It requires deliberate action. Engage in intense physical training, dive into learning new skills, and pour your energy into meaningful work. As you do this, you will begin to feel the immense power that semen retention unlocks. Of course, self-discipline does not mean self-deprivation. The goal is not to live in constant resistance, but to cultivate a lifestyle that naturally supports retention. This means surrounding yourself with the right environment, eliminating triggers, and embracing a mindset that makes retention effortless rather than exhausting. When you train both your conscious and subconscious mind in alignment, The battle is no longer one of restraint. It becomes a natural state of being. Reaching 120 plus days of semen retention is not about struggling against temptation, but about transcending it. It is about evolving into a version of yourself that no longer seeks instant gratification because you are too engaged in building something greater. The path is not easy, but the rewards are beyond anything most men will ever experience. Increased confidence, heightened intuition, magnetic energy, and an unshakable sense of purpose await those who stay the course. So, if you truly want to succeed, commit fully. Immerse yourself in the mindset, structure your life in alignment, and train your subconscious to embrace this path as natural. In doing so, you will not only reach 120 plus days, but will unlock a level of discipline and power that most men will never know. And that, ultimately, is what separates those who try from those who transform. If you made it until here, leave a crown emoji in the comments. I'm doing a little experiment, and I want to see how many of you reach the end and are truly willing to finish what they start. And remember, live with honor or die a coward. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and stay strong out there.